Okay, so this guy is Chief. He is our 26-year-old lesson horse, and he has Nikes on his front feet. That's what I like to call them. He has coffin joint changes, and years ago, he had a really bad abscess that took over a year for us to get out. We did all kinds of lameness exams, couldn't figure out where it was, where it truly was, but I just knew that it was continually getting worse. And then finally one day blew out the top of the heel, kind of like John was talking about earlier with me with another horse. And what are you seeing here, John, on this one?
Typical pad feet.
Yeah.
That have pads on them.
Yeah.
They like to hold a lot in their feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can smell it.
That's generally where I put that full pack.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you don't have it grows a lot of heel. He grows straight down
and forward, huh?
Yep. So we're gonna take a bunch of heel off of there.
Yeah. Chief's in a lot of our videos, guys. You've seen him in a lot of things.
He's a good horse.
He's the best. Well, they all are amazing in their own ways, aren't they?
They are. But he's one of the easiest ones to shoe.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
So why does his frog always look like that? It's always
pads.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to try to get a horse to take a break from wearing pads.
Okay.
Winter time's usually the best time to do that because the ground's nice and soft.
Yeah.
Which I was going to talk to you about that today.
Okay.
And
we can try it.
And if he comes up sore or needs pads, I'll be here Friday again next week.
Okay, so let's do that. Because that'll give us about a week and a half to kind of see where we're at. Because can you explain how the frog works? Because that was a little bit of my concern when I saw the frog gone, because it's so important for the horse.
Frog is what it pumps blood back up their legs, and it's a shock absorber.
Mm-hmm.
So without it touching the ground, he doesn't have that shock protection.
Yeah.
But with pads, it's generally what happens to a frog. Is they start to disappear like that.
And you can see how flat-soled this horse is, right?
Yeah, he's...
Is that from the pads as well? Yeah.
Just like his heels, how they turn in.
Yeah.
Pads are a double-edged sword. They do well, but they also contract heels.
Now, since he's had pads on for so long and we're going to give him a break with it, is there anything we should do management-wise?
Nothing.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all this out, and then I'll dump copper tox in it.
Okay.
And we'll start to get some new frog growing here. That's all dead and detached.
Okay. Thank you so much, John, for teaching all of us this. John and I have spent hours together today.
Yep, and we got more hours to spend with each other.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
I don't know how many more we have today.
Yeah.
We have a few.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you come up here, you can show them the difference of what I mean by how he grows straight down instead of out.
Oh, yeah. You see that? The feet are growing like this instead of like that.
Oh, but
So, Beck, we're taking the pads off of Chief for a little bit to try to let the
I got to get that
frog to grow, but we're all going to have to pay attention if he starts going lame or anybody sees him in his paddock lame.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Call me. I'll be right out here to fix him.
Yeah. Okay. What size shoe is he in now?
This is a triple lot.
Okay.
And I want to get him into a double lot.
Okay. Yeah, and the pad will just keep contracting him down, right?
And I leave him a little wide on his heels to help pull him back out.
Yep. It's important, guys. We have to take care of our farriers and our veterinarians, right? And you know.
No feet, no horse, no
Yes.
heartbeat, no horse.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I always tell everybody.
Yeah.
So your vets and farriers are two people that you really, really like to see. I believe your horses are on a 6 week. Maybe they're on an 8.
Yeah.
I think some are on an 8, some are on a 6.
It's all over the place.
What happens when you have so many of them?
Yeah, well, and you shot him a few weeks before the
Yes,
others.
so he's a little overdue.
Yes. I'd have to look at my records. But a lot of times, guys, as you get to be a better horse person, you just kind of monitor it depending on how they're moving and how their feet are looking. So let's say he's not even quite due yet. I could just tell by the way his feet looked that he needed to be done. So, you know, I'll call.
He did this one for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll call, you know, John, and just tell him, like, hey, you know what? I know that they're due at 7 weeks or due at 6 weeks, but I think maybe we even need to do 5, depending on what we're seeing.
Yeah. I mean, we've
So,
done 4.
Right.
So.
Yep. It depends on the horse. It also depends on the time of year, right?
Yeah.
So, like, was it spring and fall they grow faster generally?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Most people use their horses more in
Okay.
the spring and fall, in the
Okay.
summer, so it looks like they grow a lot more.
Ah.
Because more blood flow.
Right.
The more they move, the more blood flow you get.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, we talked about that earlier with
Yep.
Calvin.
well, thanks for doing my job for me, bud. I didn't have to take your shoe off.
He's
He
like,
just did that.
yeah,
too.
he's like, thanks for helping me.
He just pulled it.
Yeah.
His foot.
Yeah, at least, you know, it's funny because he's got white feet, but they're pretty good quality, you know? So,
No, his feet are in really good shape.
yeah. Well, we try really hard. We don't chimp with our horses' care. This is one of our lesson horses, and they get massages, they get chiropractic, they get acuscope, you know, PEMF, great farrier care. Oh man, it drove me nuts. John, one time I got a lesson horse, and the comment from the person I got it from is, well, I used the cheap farrier on him. And I'm like, what? I'm like, first of all, like, it's not kind to think of anybody as cheap.
No.
Let alone, it's like, you got to go with somebody good, you know?
You know, a lot of people say that. Oh, you're too expensive. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
go with somebody else, and they generally end up always calling me.
Well, and with that horse, we ended up fighting his feet for almost a year. He had seedy toe,
Oh yeah.
and, you know, that was not a fun thing to deal with.
No, seedy toe is not.
No, we got rid of it, so. But it was like the poor farrier, anytime the shoe came off him, he's like, I got to get right out
Yep.
there. Right?
Just like most of your horses, I cater to you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
It's another thing with farriers. If we really like you, we'll
Yeah.
cater to you.
Yeah,
We'll be right
yeah,
back.
right. You got to take good care of your farriers, guys, and your veterinarians. You're here when they need you to be. You pull them out. You do all that stuff. You make sure the horses are well behaved, right?
Yeah, they stand here.
Yeah.
Makes our job a lot easier if they just stand here.
Yeah. And you know, of course, there are horses that you're going to always be working on it with. But I also feel like people understand a little bit more when they see you trying to work on it, and you're not enabling the behavior.
Yes.
Right? Right. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You're like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, your
Right?
horse kicks me and you give it a cookie.
Yeah. Right. It's not going to go over so well. No.
Oh, big cough, bud.
Good boy. He is. So, funny story about this horse, John, is that I didn't even want to go look at him. And I wasn't looking for a lesson horse. I was actively trying to downgrade my herd. I was, and my dad, who has like never told me in my life that I needed a horse.
Go look at a horse.
Yeah, and he's like, this horse belonged to his friend. He's like, Kristen, I think this is a really good horse. You should really go. I'm like, nah, Dad, I'm cutting back. Right? I got too many horses.
Right, that's what we all say.
Yeah.
Then we go buy more.
Yeah, and then he kept bugging me, and sure enough, I went out to go try him, and I was like, oh my gosh, this horse is a dream. He is, and he's the kind of horse you can put anybody on. He rides as good as you ride. Like if you get in there and you really want to ride, he'll really
go with it.
Yeah, he'll really
I like
go.
Horses like that.
Yeah, if you want to put a 4-year-old on that's never done anything before.
He changes right.
He changes right. Yep. And then he looks to me and he says, "Okay, you're the leader, right?"
Those are the best ones to have.
Oh my goodness,
I have one in my barn like that, and I wish I had the whole barn.
Yep, they're all worth their weight in gold. Yeah, so you guys can see how the frogs are much better on the back feet here because the back feet don't have pads, just the front. John, why do you think it's more common for the front feet to need pads? Is that because of the concussion or
concussion and most of their weight's on their front end?
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's between 68 and 73% of their weight's on their front end.
Okay.
So that's why you don't see them founder very often on the back feet either.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care at all. I love him. He's like, oh, whatever. Drop something. It's fine.
So John was just saying he only has 4 nails in each toe. Why is that, John?
Because his hoof wall, I didn't want to compromise it anymore.
Okay.
So I put enough to hold the shoe on.
So you were saying that, earlier that the thrush likes to get under there, right? Despite you.
Despite me putting sole pack in and everything else. The only way you can get away from it is if you do a pour-in pad.
Yeah.
But you better not have any thrush.
Because
thrush doesn't need oxygen to live.
Okay.
So
how does thrush? Yeah. And that was the left front was the one we were having issues with over the years.
Yep. Which could be a revolving issue that he's always going to have.
Okay. So the thrush actually eats away at the tissue, right?
Yep.
So how does oxygen help counteract the thrush then?
Because it can't attack it as good with oxygen because oxygen kills it.
Okay.
So the best thing for thrush is to let it air out. Mm-hmm. Try to burn it out, cut it out, get it all out of here. Mm-hmm. He doesn't. A lot of people will think that's thrush. That's not thrush. That's sole pack that I had in there.
Can you point to that?
Right there.
Okay.
That's all sole pack.
Okay.
To try to kill the thrush that he had.
Yeah. We had a winter, guys, here. Was it 3 winters ago, Mike? John,
it was bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. And, I mean, the horses were just in snow all the time. We did have them locked in a stall most of the time, but we still liked them to get out and get some sunshine. And it was just so hard.
Yeah, we had 4 feet of snow at my house.
Yeah, we did too here for months. And
we
never
had that. Crazy.
So it's going to be really interesting to see the difference when we look at him in 4 to 5 weeks and even in between.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on him. A hard eye on him.
Yeah.
If he starts coming up sore, I'm coming right back out.
Yeah, thank you, John. I appreciate
We're going
it.
to go back to what we know is tried and true and works on him. Mm-hmm. The only way we can figure out what works and doesn't work is by trying.
Right.
So unfortunately, he's our test dummy.
Yeah. So that crack area, like what kind of like the
right here?
Yeah, what is that?
That is from thrush.
Okay.
So Yeah, it doesn't amount to nothing. It stops
Yeah.
right there. That's as far as you go.
Okay. Yeah, but you got to check to see how deep it is, because it can get into the coffin bone and the pedal bone if it's really bad. So it's important to follow those tracks.
And if it does that, then we're in trouble.
Yeah. And that's kind of what happened to River, right?
That's exactly what happened to River.
Yeah. We had a horse here that had a false sole, right?
Yep. And it got underneath and made a big abscess. That was fun.
John was saying he's seen a lot of abscesses recently.
Yeah, this year has been a lot of them.
Yeah.
Which is unusual. Usually we don't have very many here.
Because we're so dry.
Yeah. We get a lot of stone bruises that'll turn into an abscess.
Yeah.
But never just abscess.
Yeah.
This year has been one of those years.
Yeah.
Punchy.
Every year we have different things. You know, there could be an outbreak of pigeon fever in
That
the
was 2 years
valley.
ago.
Yeah. Or thrush, or, you know, abscesses, or, you know, healthy as a horse, guys, sick joke.
Yeah, I don't know where that ever came from, but I wish they would have never used that terminology.
Right.
Such.
We're going to do the hinds. Remember, we're burning all those on, right? So we can see if we have any high or low spots. And we also want to kill any funguses in there.
And it fits the shoe to the horse.
That's a pretty sight. It's so interesting because I'm learning a lot today about...
Yeah, because generally you just come tie them up and you got lessons.
Yes, I do. We're a very busy barn here, guys.
They are.
Yeah.
They're very good barn.
Thank you. We care. Okay, why
Just
glue
like
on?
running barefoot, but
Yeah.
it gives him that extra support that he needs.
Yeah.
And you can still clean his feet out.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Here, I think I might have some.
So he was just saying that if he does need pads, we're going to try glue-ons instead of what we were currently doing. We've got a kids camp going on today.
I do not. I'm all out. I got to go to Reno and get more.
Okay.
But I'll show you next time.
Okay. I've often wondered if glue-ons would be good for my black horse down there.
It would be.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a whole lot of sidewall, and that's why he keeps busting out.
Yeah.
And losing shoes. I just got to measure him because they're huge.
Yeah. Well, we can do that.
Well, I think that's a great idea for him.
Okay. With the glue-ons, does it matter if they get wet at all?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, I've never used glue-ons
So I
before.
ran them on my horse for 12 weeks to see how long they would last
Okay.
in all sorts of terrain, weather,
Okay.
and everything.
Do you have a brand you use, or?
I use Versus.
Okay. Yes. Well, they come in all shapes and sizes,
They do.
just like us.
Well, I mean, you consider Tango versus Titan.
That is true. Out of the same mom.
So is that one? Yeah.
You're okay.
What?
You
Whoa.
changed on you?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're hurting my foot.
You changed on him.
Okay, bud. I got you. I got you.
Is that one bothering him, do you think?
No. No, it's different side.
Yeah.
So I always say different side,
Different mind.
person.
Yeah.
Is he burning your feet away?
Yeah.
Oh no, you poor baby. Is it hurting your feet away?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you need an emotional support, Twizzler?
Everything.
Do you need emotional support, Twizzler?
Oh gosh, yes. So my horse likes licorice. He loves licorice. Beck's gonna go get him some licorice. But we try not to reward bad behavior around here, Chief.
No, we do not. But He's usually not bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And usually I do them outside. So
Yeah.
there's wind every time.
Yes. See, emotional sports visitors.
God.
Yeah. Oh, I could have tried him somewhere else. No, we're good. Okay. Oh, do you want more emotional sports visitors? We'll go get two.
So why did you feel you needed to adjust that some more?
Well, it's a little wide
Okay.
in the quarters for me. I wanted a little wide, but not that wide.
Okay.
And sometimes they'll swell up when you heat them up.
Oh, that's interesting. Is that just the metal? The metal swells up,
Uh-huh.
or okay?
And then I've also had them shrink when I quench them.
Huh. Well, that makes sense, though.
So sometimes you got to reshape them.
Mm-hmm.
All that.
So this is the one, guys, that we're going to keep an eye on because all of them we want to keep an eye on, but we really need that frog to grow back right there. There should be a frog there, and there is not. So we're hoping that some oxygen will really help that.
You're a big guy.
Is there any difference? Do you notice any difference with the growth of that hoof?
Yeah, it grows kind of funny,
Okay.
and I think that's from.
The frog?
Yep.
Okay.
He slings way further out on this one, and likes to. That's why I have to take all that back.
Okay.
Generally, I would do that before I nail shoes on,
Yeah.
but like him and Chief, or what was the other ones this morning? Chief, white
Calvin.
one?
Calvin.
Calvin. They don't have very much foot,
Yes.
so. And I'm trying to bring his heels out. That's why this one's wide.
Yeah.
Why I leave that like that.
Okay.
Give him more support,
Okay.
and it seems to help him. So.
You're a good boy, Chief. Hello. Hi, Chief. Oh, I know it's the cutest tongue. Oh, okay. Here, hold on. We're gonna have a little snack. He's one of the few ones that I give treats to because he's always polite.
So yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want to?
I gotta get Puffin.
Okay.
Here, I'll get his
Here, come nail the shoe on for me. Okay.
We're gonna teach Beck to nail on a shoe. Beck, you're gonna be a farrier.
Take my job. Perfect.
Yeah. See, there's no job security around here.
No, I'm gonna be the type of people that make people really appreciate you.
Yeah. We're gonna have some PEMF going on next year. Who are you treating, Denise? Oh, cool. You were working on him yesterday too, right? Or
Huh?
Buck, yeah.
Yeah, I worked on him, about 4 days ago.
Okay. Puck's an upper level dressage horse, so his muscles and everything else just need a lot of help. Like we all do when we're working hard. Good boy.
And he's pretty arthritic.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who we have after this today.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Keep bringing them.
I know.
Keep bringing them. I'll keep nailing shoes on.
I think it might be Missy.
Which one's is that little Arabian?
Yes.
I think it is. She's a sweet horse. Mm-hmm. She gets a half set.
Yes, she does. Yeah, because I put all the warm bloods on a different schedule for you
Yeah.
next week probably
Okay.
because they're so heavy.
There's a lot of them here.
Yes.
I think that one day I was here until 9.
I
Almost 9
know.
o'clock.
I know. I don't want to do that to you.
Oh, it's okay. Just gave me the reason to take the next day off so I can ride my own horse.
We use Jeff. We like J Arrow B. He's been.
He's a good guy.
He is, and he's been so awesome. And he actually, like these 2 stacks that he's delivering today, he has stored for me for months because I didn't have room, but I needed to buy it all, and I'm so grateful. But you know, we all take care of each other, right? Gonna buy 5 more today, probably. So, yeah.
Like me, it keeps coming.
Yeah. Well, they just keep eating. Can you imagine that?
They're weird conflict.
Yeah.
And the only reason he's pulling on me like this because he's got arthritis up here.
Okay.
So that's the only reason he does it. Gets kind of painful.
Yeah.
So I try to do it as fast as I can.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like being a flexion for a flexion test. Not quite as bad, but still. Some of our older guys, John here, God bless him, basically has their foot on the ground the whole time.
I do. I
Yeah.
have a pony stand for him.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll sit right next to him and I'll kneel next to him and do them.
Because it's just too hard and they can't balance and all the
Well,
things.
it's harder on them and it's harder on me if I'm fighting them the whole time.
Right?
So if I don't fight them, then it's easy.
Right?
How big guy? Oh, you already got your liquor.
I know.
Or somebody else ate it up
I
there.
know.
Probably back up. We can blame it. All right. Okay. And not every horse I do this to either. Usually I top dress them before I put shoes on, but there's some that you don't want to do that. 'Cause you
Well-
might take too much and can't get a shoe bag on it.
Okay.
So
And that's because he doesn't grow much?
yeah, he doesn't grow. He doesn't have a whole lot of sidewall between his white line and
Okay.
the outside.
Okay.
Okay.
So I notice on some horses you put the nails lower.
Yep.
Why is that?
So some horses, just the way their foot grows, is where they want to come out at.
Okay.
Generally, like this one, they wanted to come out lower.
Okay.
I could make them come out higher,
yeah.
but I don't like that risk.
Okay.
So, like this foot, you
They're
want
a
them
little high.
equal as
Yeah.
you can. That foot's better than this foot.
Yeah. Okay.
And then some horses, and the higher they are, the less tensile strength you have of the nail too.
Okay.
So, there's a fine line, and every horse is different.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
can you step up for me,
Yeah.
bud? Can you step up? Thank you. And you can see how he's wide
Yeah.
right here on the inside of both. And that's to help with those heels to bring them back out, give them a little more support. A lot of the skates, you want to be able to roll a dime around their foot
Okay.
in the shoe. It's too rocky here. We won't keep shoes on feet.
Okay.
We do that. So
So what do you mean roll a dime around?
if you have a dime, you want to just be able to roll it all the way around the hole. That's how you want it to, the whole shoe to sit out.
Okay.
A dime. Some horses I'll do it to, but most horses I will not. Just because the country we live in doesn't work.
Because we're too rocky
Yep,
and
we're
too dry.
Too rocky, too dry. There's a million different ways to do it. As long as you don't sore up a horse
Yeah.
and it looks decent, who cares?
Okay. Yeah.
And your client likes you,
Yeah.
and you're respectful to the horse.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. Be respectful to the horse.
Did she
So this one was less slung forward, right,
Yep.
than the one
Way
that
less slung forward.
And that's probably because the other one doesn't have a frog.
Yep. And he's had a lot of problems on that foot.
Yep. Hopefully Chief will make you better now.
I hope so, bud.
Yeah.
I kind of like you.
Yeah. So when he's filing across the front, too,
Yep.
he's also looking for any redness, right?
Yeah. So I'm looking for any bruisedness or anything that he's hit his foot on. Because bruises can turn into blood blisters, which turn into abscesses.
Yep. Last one, Chief.
He's like, good.
Yeah.
I'm over you.
No. He's a pretty patient guy.
He is.
So if you want, John, I can take him out and then I can go grab Missy too.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Yeah, I just saw her up outside.
Yeah.
That's the horse that doesn't like guys very much.
Yeah, I know. She had a rough past.
But I've always gotten along with her just fine.
Yeah.
Just gotta go slow with her.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go,
Okay.
buddy.
All fixed up. Thank you, John.